Hello, my friends. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I was just double checking on on one of the occasions catalogs and the dates so that I could give you the correct information. Anyway, today I'm going to show you this many messages set right here. And what it is actually is one single stamp with all these words on it. Here I have it right here. I'll show you on the Stamparatus. So this is the actual stamp. I did not put the sticker on it yet, but I probably should. That would probably be helpful. And actually, I've got it upside down for those of you trying to read it. So it's got all the words on one stamp. So it's a single stamp, could be used as a background, and you could highlight whatever words you want to do. In fact, that's a good idea if I could show you something. And what coordinates with it is a single die. So you have this die right here that coordinates with this. So I'm going to stamp one right now, and I'll show you a little bit. I've stamped it on here so I know exactly where I can put the paper, so I make sure I get it on the paper. I'm going to use a little bit of washi to hold it just so it doesn't shift on me. I'm going to take my Memento ink. Make sure it's all good and inked. Now, I'm going to warn you, the first time, if you get this stamp set, the first time you get it, because it's the first time, you may need to stamp it a couple of times just to get the rubber activated. Or you can also use your Versamark the first time you do it. But you got to get all the residue off of it. So on here, I'm just going to flip it over onto the paper. Probably not one of my best uses of paper, but sorry for the glare that you're getting off the glass of the Stamparatus. And I use the Stamparatus because if I pull it up and I've missed a spot of ink, then I can redo it. Like, see here, it's a little bit light, so we'll put a little more ink on there. And these right here. And we'll probably make the rest of these a little bit darker. Let's put this back down on here. Sorry for the shaky camera. And that's better, much better. Actually, the other sides are darker too. So now we'll just put this off to the side. Now, another thing you can do with this, and some people will do this, although you may have trouble with your lining up with your die, but sometimes people will buy the set and they'll actually cut out the words, and then they have the words and then use them on individual blocks. So you could also do that as well. And sometimes people will buy two sets and leave one solid and one that they'll cut up. I did that once for a Christmas set that I had purchased. So then you have your words here. And you're just going to kind of line up your die as best as you can. No, my happy birthday didn't stamp very well, but no matters. And then I'm going to use a piece of washi again to hold it down so that it doesn't shift while I'm trying to run it through the emboss machine. So now I'm just going to run it through the machine here. Put my top part on. I'll run it right through. And one of the reasons I want to show you this right now is because this set and die are in the brand new catalog, but they are not bundled. So if you're interested in the set and the dies, I would recommend that you get them now because in the occasions catalog, which goes to the end of June, it is bundled, so you get the additional 10% off for both sets. And then we're just going to kind of pop out everything. And that leaves us with all kinds of sayings that we can put on cards. And I like this because it gives you some long pieces as well. So I'm going to pull this off to the side and show you that. And I'll just kind of dump these off here so I don't use them. I'll use them on one of the cards I'm going to show you. So we'll put our little words off to the side here. And I'm going to show you another thing that I did. I used just the die here. And I cut out just solid colors. So I put it on here, and so I ended up with some solid color pieces. Because then when you take your clear, you can take, here I have a clear photopolymer stamp that says a little hello from me to you. And I can take one of the ones that I've cut out and I can stamp it on here. So I could use plain colors. Now, I think there's one that fits. Let's see if I have a... I might have already used the piece that I wanted to do. I think, does it fit on this one? Nope, that's not long enough. But you do get a couple of different long ones here that it will fit on really nicely. There we go. Here's one right here that I think is this one that I used. So you could also cut out the piece. You could use your embossing buddy to clear off any of the static. You use your Versamark, and there you see it fits on perfectly. And you use words from another set. So this is another set. This is the which set was that? The heart one. The always in my mind stamp set. I pulled this one out of. So you can do that as well. So you've got the colors. And you can also use this, and I did this also, and that's what we're going to do for this particular card, is stamp it out of some of the designer paper. And this is designer paper that matches the current ink color. So this would be the evergreen, the evening evergreen thing. So I use the evening evergreen. My gosh. So to make the card, I'm using 4 colors. So I did evening evergreen, the pale papaya, the polished pink, and then I pulled out some of the soft succulent. So I used these 4 colors. And I just punched out these because I'm not going to use the words for this particular card that I'm going to show you. And I ended up with these pieces here. So we'll pull these in here. So these are the pieces and the colors that I'm going to work with. And we're actually going to make this card right here so I can show you what it looks like. And isn't that a cute, creative way to use that? I don't remember the name of the person who showed me this, but I am ever grateful for her. So now I'm going to use this with a cardstock instead of, this one's a little bit thin, but this is going to be my template to make that card. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on a piece of cardstock. And I'm using a larger piece than what I'm actually going to put on the page because I can trim it down. And I think I want these as close to the edge as I can get. But you can really kind of put it any place you want if you want to go more to this side, because it's going to be wider than your card. So I'm not going to use these two strips as any of the design. We'll just kind of put it here. I think that lines up. Oh, no, that's not straight. It should be. That's why my paper's crooked. That's why it's not showing straight. So as you can see, I'm using this as my template. And I'm going to pull it over a little bit closer here. Let's put this up here. I kind of want that oval at the top as my base. Yeah, that looks maybe a little bit straighter. I'll put the tape down here to start with. And then I'm just going to line up my pieces in there. So I have my ovals. I've already made one of the cards, so I've only got 3 out of the 4 colors. So I'll start with one of my ovals, and I think we'll start with this one. And remember, we got 2 sides. So maybe I'll start with this one as my first one, and then I'll put some adhesive on it. Put it into my template here. And then I'll need, and I want to kind of mix up the colors, so we'll have this one here in a different pattern. We'll put the papaya next. Then I've got a little heart here. So I'll find a little heart, and maybe I'll use, let's use the pink. Make it a pink heart. So I'm just gonna put the pink heart in there. And then I'm just gonna kind of work my way down, but let's see if we can. I think we need a dark color over here. And we use that pattern, so we'll use the other side. Right there. And then maybe we'll use some of this color here. And we'll use that pattern. Oh, are we actually, yeah, let's do that one. We might as well. And then we could do it pink, but I think we might want to go with maybe the shaded. Oh, nope, I think we will go with the pink, but we'll use this pattern. Right there. And then we'll have to use a get the other things here. Choose them a little easier. Okay, we have this large one right here, which is right here. And I think we'll use this color here. And we'll flop that around as such. And we got to go back over here. I got to find that size. Oh, right here, right in front of me. All right, so our choices here. I shouldn't use that one there, but we'll do this one here with different pattern. we can do a pink. Let's do a pink. Usually I'll lay it out first and then go back and type them all, stick them all in, tape them all in. But in the interest of time, I wanted to, this is where we'll put our papaya. Right here. And then we're going to need a, let's see where that one is. I think we have a evening evergreen, and we'll use that other side. Oops. Put a lot of tape on that one. See if it'll stay down. And then we need let's do some of the polished. Nope, you know what? I think we're going to do for this one, I think we're going to do some of the papaya. And we'll do this one. Because then we're going to want to do a pink here, which is a long one like this. And we've got a pink. Do that pattern there. We should have pre-done this. It would have taken a much quicker time for you all. Let's move that out of the way since we don't need that one. And we need one of the ovals here. So what do we got left for colors? That way, this is our choice right here. Such as that. And we've only got a couple more to do. We need another star here. Let's see what we got for this long one though. We got these choices here. I think maybe we'll do a yellow. A papaya. No, that's the wrong one. We need one with a pointy end. This one right here. I guess we'll do some more of the polished pink. And also in the new catalog is another set of words. It's a single stamp that goes with this. So you've got a couple of options. Or if you get the bundle now, you can always go back and get the additional words in the catalog as well. Okay, so I forgot a flower up here. I think we'll do that one in a green. And I'm going to use, for this one, I'm going to use the Tombow because it's very hard to get the snail all over the whole thing. So I think this is the wrong flower, but we're going to go with it. We'll find a way to get it out of there. I think it's the bigger one. I think we'll use this one down here. This flower. Just like this. That one fits perfect. Okay, now we need the fancy end one. We don't want the pink. So I think we might use, we're going to use the papaya because we got, and we'll do that size. And this is a little wider, so it's easier, easier to put the runner on it. Let's pull this up here. Oh, I'm getting an awful lot of extra tape on it this time. Okay, and then we have 2 more left. I'll do this one, and I think I like the idea of using this dark one right here, Evening Evergreen. That pattern there. And then we have 1 more spot. And that one uses this here. And I think maybe we'll end it off with this one, because I do really, I was never really much of a green person, but I do kind of like the greens. And this one, I'm only going to stick part of it, so we'll put that in there. And then we're just going to pull it up as such. Again, because I use so much extra Tombow. Some of it's going to get trimmed off. So, and like I said, we started with a bigger piece of paper, so we're gonna trim it down. Put these off to the side here, and I'll take the scissors like I do when we get extras, and we'll kind of trim those in the back. And that's only because it'll be easier when we put it on the trimmer. That trim off our little extra edges there as such. And isn't that cute? And we're not even finished yet. And then we're going to take our cutter, and this is a standard card front size, so we're going to cut it down to maybe 4. I'll trim down this over here. Extra pieces out of the way. And then, I guess it really doesn't matter which side we trim on, but we'll do this one. So, oh, we're going to do the edges. I did the side, didn't I? So this is 5 1/2, so we're going to do this one at 5 1/4. And I think I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to cut a little bit off the bottom, and then I'm going to flip it around and cut 1/8 off of the top, so it's a little more even as far as what gets cut off and what stays and what goes. So there we have our base, and then we're going to decide what we want as our back, or our base, and our if we could use this as our, I think I'm going to do that, the pale papaya. So we're going to cut this one down. I won't bring the trimmer back to you again, but I'll trim this to 5 and, oh, I just cut the wrong way. 5 and, let's see, that was 5 1/4, so we're going to go 5 3/8. Trim it, and then 4 1/8 on our base. And we'll put that on there. And then we're going to need our card base, and I think I might actually use the Whisper White, or the should be basic white, but I'm still using my Whisper White. I think we'll do it like that. I'll put this one on, and then I'm going to pull out my ribbons, and we'll see the new In Color ribbons. You can get a little look at those. Oops. I put that down way too fast. That's better. And then I've got some of the, I haven't even opened it yet. This is the Pale Papaya ribbon. I can feel the edge, it'll be easier to pull it. Let's see. I think I'll just get the scissors underneath. So we'll put a little of the pale papaya, a ribbon around the top of it. But you could also leave it blank as well. Let's see here. Put a little bow on it. My little bunny ears. Oh goodness, no thumbs today. Must be Monday. Let's trim some of this off here. Oh, I kind of like the way that is. Before I trim it, let's mount it back on the paper here. And I'm not using my Stamp and Seal today because I'm waiting for some refills to come, although they've been on back order. Okay, so we have that on the card as such. And then I'm going to go back to my words that I have here, and we'll see which ones we want to use. I'm happy to celebrate these moments with you. That would be good. I think I did the hooray, it's your birthday and another one. And I took one of the pieces here, like maybe the green one will work. I took one of these, oh, that's why I'm short pieces. And I put this underneath here to give it another thing. So what I did is I just put some adhesive on here, lined it up on the, you can see here, lined it up on here, and then took some dimensionals. I can only get my little ones right now, so I got my small dimensionals. Now let's pull some of the big ones. I did the big ones in the middle. Just like that. And I put this on here. Isn't that cute? And then I use some of the gems. These are some of the new gems that we have. And I put, let's use a small one this time. Put a small one of the Evening Evergreen on the base here. Give it a little bit of bling. And then I just took some of the other random colors. Like here's the pale papaya. So put that up maybe here. We'll do maybe a little bit of a polished pink. Maybe some of that over here. Maybe the soft succulent. You can put some of that maybe over here next to the star. It's going to bug me right there. And there you have it. A different way to use that die in the stamp set. I showed you some of those. Now I also, here's one I did with just regular cardstock using the Night of Navy, the Real Red, and the Daffodil Delight. But another trick that you can do with this is you can put it through the Stamp and Emboss machine with an embossing folder. So if I take, I've got my 1 and my 4. And then I've got one of the thicker embossing folders. This is the Hammered Metal. I thought I'd try this one because I have a sample that I did use in the other. So I'm just going to put it in here, already done, to give us a little texture. We'll run it through like this. Again, I do need to get another camera that camera stand that goes a little bit higher, or at least adjusts. So put that out of the way. Then you can see it's got some nice texture on it. I really like how that one came out. And then we can decorate that one as well with different words. Could also use some of the long ones if you want to go across. There's a lot of busyness here, so we need something probably a little bit better. Thank you for being you. And we could put some of the colors behind it. I've got the blue one right here. You could even put it up here. There's a lot of blue on this one, so maybe we need a different color. We'll use red. I think the red would be maybe a little bit better. Oh, got a lot of red too. I only did 3 colors on this one versus the 4 that I did on the other one. So play around with it. Just kind of showing you a different way to play around with the die. So, like I said, it's in the occasions, and this occasions goes to the end of June. So you still have an opportunity to do it. Let's see where I can find it here. So we have it right here. The stamp set and the die. So it's bundled together with your 10% discount. Whoops, I don't know if you can see that. Or we have it in the new catalog. And let's see, page 42. And here you can say, oh, we're going to have a hard time. Here you can see, here's the set that's in the occasions. And here, like I said, from this catalog, you can't, it's not bundled, it's 2 separate items. So this one, and then they have this new one with words to go as well. So that's all I have to show you today. And hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks.